Welcome everybody out to a brand new 5-minute webinar. I am David McInnes with Cranberry. I am your host today. We have Mark Effinger with Web Nutrients. I've known Mark for a long time. Old friend. Doesn't look as old as he actually is, but that's because of what he's probably going to share with you today. Mark, go ahead.
Thanks, David. Appreciate it, man. And great to see you again. So today we're going to talk about the possibility of becoming superhuman. So on our first slide, which is right here, James Altucher, who's a very well-known author, was in a dialogue on Quora recently. And he made this comment, and I thought it was so beautifully explained this. It's always worth exploring the delicious curvature of the impossible. Next slide. And that's the way I feel about this kind of superhuman thing. When I finally had the experience of going beyond my normal limitations, it was transcendent. It was really cool. And so since we've started this company, we've had over 30,000 customers come and say the same thing, that they've had this kind of transcendent experience where they've gone from feeling pretty good or feeling really crappy to now feeling really exceptional and very much superhuman. So here's a big idea. What we found is that most of our customers, and all of them, fill out an actual form, and a medical intake form before they get our product, because we custom blend it, because one size does not fit all. But what we found is that most people are running at 45 to 65% of their possible performance. And we really feel that this is a byproduct of us getting used to, very familiar with how we feel. And so we no longer strive as we fade in age, as we fade in our performance, as we get out of being an 8-year-old, climbing on monkey bars and doing all that exciting stuff. We start to get familiar with this kind of slower life pace. And we think that, and we feel that it's possible to do much better than that. And once you've moved from this 45 to 65% performance to an 85 to 95% performance, exceptional things start to happen. You're much more aware, much more present, and you get a lot more done in a lot smaller amount of time, so that you have a lot more. You can either do a lot more stuff, or you can increase the variety of your life. So next slide. So here are the physiological areas that we feel we can optimize, and we have proof that we can do this, okay? First is your mind, and it's everything from memory consolidation to the speed of your mind, the clock of your CPU. It's your body, your physiology, whether it's increasing lean body mass or increasing muscle, reducing weight, any of those factors. Your energy. Energy is a huge factor, because if you can control your energy and you can optimize your energy, you can do just about anything. Sex is a byproduct of all of those other factors working together. If you've got all those things working well, your sex life rocks. And then sleep. Sleep's a huge deal, because without the recuperative power of sleep, you end up becoming a vegetable. I don't care how hard you hit that clock, your microprocessor, without the sleep cycle, you burn up. So how do you make all this happen? That's funny you should ask, David. So what we've done is we've been working for the last, David, since even before you and I met, we've been working very hard on the development of what are called nootropics and nootropic stacks, where we combine anywhere from 5 to 35 different components together. We stack them up, and then we build them into to a blend that actually impinges on all those different areas of your physiology. So one of the things, what is the definition of superhuman performance? I got trashed the other day from my little brother, saying that there's no way you can be superhuman. You can only be human. That's as good as you can get. And he's right if you're operating at that 45 to 65%. But that 35% difference that you possibly could achieve is not a linear 35%. It's not adding another 30% or 35% of performance. It's actually a nonlinear curve. You had another 5 or 10% performance, you're looking at another 50% of actual output. It's an exceptional differential that you've got. So if Abraham Maslow met Ray Kurzweil, right, the longevity king, Tony Robbins, the kind of mental performance guy, and Tim Ferriss, the kind of biochemist, life hacker, body hacker guy, they might define Maslow's hierarchy in these 4 states. You'd have survival, you'd have functional. So let's turn on the gas, all right? How can you approach superhuman performance? One is what's called neurogenesis. Create new brain cells and then program those brain cells to perform for you. It's the ingestion of what are called adaptogens. So you become fault tolerant, we use that term. So you become fault tolerant to sickness and disease, and you improve recovery substantially. You're pro-hormones, so you can handle stress, improve natural clarity, right? Reverse aging, and then you can multiply your exercise. And your ATP, which is your body's normal energy supply, it's your furnace, okay? And so you feed that furnace, you create real energy, not 5-hour energy. You extend your life cell span, and then you detox those cells at the same time, all right? And here's the deal, guys. We only possess this flesh and blood for so long, right? So shouldn't we at least give ourselves the opportunity to live and feel the superhuman experience? Even if it's 20% of our time or 30% of our time, we can actually have that performance. It's a substantial leverage in your life.
Thanks, Mark. I think that's all we have time for today. All this stuff is really fascinating, and I hope you come back and do a couple dozen more of these.
Love it, David.
Thanks
so much.
Thanks, everybody, for joining us today and joining Mark on his 5-minute webinar.